Greetings, everybody. Happy holidays from the dank basement. I am Paul Schalbetter, your wicked Uncle Squinty, reviewing the Bernard Amostrina. Now, I am really surprised. I have never, ever reviewed this before. In fact, until this morning, I had never even tried this. But I had a reviewer who said, why have you not reviewed the Amostrina? It's great. So, on my last Mr. Snuff order, I decided to buy a $5 10-gram tap box of this and give it a shot. And I'm telling you, I'm really happy that I did. Now, when I first took this morning, about an hour ago, very first time I've ever tried it, I had a couple of issues with it, and I initially rounded down my squinty scale rating on this. However, after an hour of spending time with this, going out into some cold air and breathing through my nose to see how cold air would affect it, and a couple of other things, I'm loving this. Now, in the tap box, this is a dark brown colored snuff. It is a demi-gross grind, a medium coarse grind. It is fluffy. Moisture content is about medium, and it's very, very easy to sniff. Yes, this does have just a whiff of the famous Bernard menthol camphor mix that they put into a lot of their snuffs. But even if you're a menthol hater, don't avoid this snuff for that reason. Go ahead and buy it, try it, because the menthol is insignificant in this. You barely detect it's even there. To the point that I think it causes one of the issues I have with this snuff, at least with my body chemistry. Now, remember that when you take nasal snuff, your body chemistry has an awful lot to do with your perception of everything in the snuff, whether it's the aroma or the nicotine level. Now, my nicotine tolerance is really, really high. I use a lot of nicotine and have for over 48 years or so. 45 years, I guess, of using nicotine on a real regular basis. So my tolerance is high. I also use a lot of different nasal snuffs and a lot of different forms of tobacco. My body chemistry, I know, changes from day to day. That's a reason why I recommend never throw away a snuff you hate, because the next time you try it, it might agree with you simply because of subtle changes in your body's own chemistry. All right? Now, all that being said, I'll shut up and do a whiff. We'll talk a little bit about the holidays. I'll tell you how this behaves in cold weather, come back and give you my impressions. Here we go. Oh, big pinch. Burns a little bit. Not much. Yeah, you definitely feel it. So how do you celebrate the holidays? If you're Jewish, I know that you're about halfway through Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah. For those of you who are pagans, winter solstice coming up very shortly here. What is it, 5 days till the 21st? So blessed be, stay warm, love someone, celebrate the darkest night of the year, and stay wrapped up and close to those you love. If you celebrate Kwanzaa during this time of year, I really don't know what to tell you except happy Kwanzaa, because I know nothing about it. If you're African American and if you celebrate Kwanzaa, please educate me in the comments below. And of course, to my Christmas celebrating friends, all you fools, myself included, Merry Christmas. Got to talk about this in cold air. Now, as I said, this is take 7 of this video because it's hard to find words to describe this. So between takes, I got a snoot full of this and went outside and breathed some very cold air through my nose. Right now in southeastern Minnesota, it's 12 degrees above 0 Fahrenheit, -9 Celsius. It's cold. And it does some pretty amazing things. Some of the sweeter notes of the tobacco, including its cocoa top note, just disappear. But the tobacco scent blossoms. It also deals with one of the 2 issues I had when I first took this snuff that almost made me rate it lower than it actually deserves. What are those 2 issues? Well, the first one is, despite the small amount of menthol and camphor in this, this can get a little bit cloggy in your nose. Might plug you up just a little bit. Now that's at room temperature, okay? But when I went outside, hey, no more clogging. The nose opened right up, and that top note of cocoa sort of went away. The tobacco blossomed. It was delicious. So first issue solved. Second issue I had was, and it was only for the very first time I took it, the throat drip, which I call back drip, was absolutely brutal. Burned my soft palate, was really uncomfortable, did not like it at all. Now, I have taken numerous pinches of this since the first time, and the back drip is not even noticeable. There's no sting, there's no problems at all. How's the nicotine? Well, remember, as I just alluded to, my tolerance is probably higher than yours, or, maybe close to yours. And that will really affect how you perceive the level of nicotine in this. If you're nicotine naive, you're going to rate it a lot higher in nicotine than I will. On the nicotine scale where 1 is nothing and 10 is way too much, I rate this at a 7. In other words, it is medium to high. So what we have is medium to coarse grind, medium to high moisture, medium to high nicotine, and absolute perfection in tobacco taste. On the squinty scale, where 1 is disgusting, 5 is delicious, this is a 5 out of 5. It especially behaves well in cold air. It's a good one to put up your snoot before you go outside to shovel the walk or walk to the store or whatever. However, if you're wearing a mask, well, I don't know, because it will make you have a runny nose when you're out in the cold air. But it's good. Go outside and breathe some cold air with this. You'll really, really like this. 5 out of 5 all day long. Good nicotine. And I want to thank, and I don't remember who the viewer was that asked me to review this, but whoever you are, I thank you, because I probably would not have tried this without the viewer suggestion. Now, speaking of viewer suggestions, I've got a few suggestions for my viewers. First of all, feel free to comment in the in the comment box below. You can always write me off channel at unclesquinty@gmail.com. Please, if you have not yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you are subscribed and you want to be notified of my new content, hit the notification bell icon. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Rubber baby buggy bumper. And do hit that like button. It's not just good for my fragile ego. Hitting the like button helps the YouTube recommendation algorithm. In other words, if someone searches YouTube for nasal snuff, but they are not subscribed to my channel, the more likes I have, the more likely it is that my videos will be recommended to new viewers. So hitting the like button is a heroic thing you can do to help me out, and I do appreciate it. The other thing I appreciate is when my viewers take good care of themselves, when they smile, when they enjoy, when they embrace life, even during all of this COVID-19 shit. It's going to be a very weird Christmas for a lot of people. I know it is for Mrs. Squinty and me here at the house that contains the dank basement. We are going to be spending Christmas Eve and Christmas Day alone. Because of COVID and other problems, we're not going to be spending Christmas with family or friends this year. Now, our governor in Minnesota, who is a Democrat, is very cautious about COVID. And I know he thinks he's doing the right thing, even though the actions have the collateral damage of destroying small businesses. Today at 1:15 Central Time, Governor Tim Walz is going to come out and say whether or not he's going to allow restaurants to open for indoor dining and allow bars to open. However, his staff have already tipped their hand and say the restaurant lockdowns will continue. What that means is there's a lot of servers, chefs, cooks, dishwashers, hosts and hostesses that won't have Christmas money and may not even be able to make rent. New Year's Eve is the biggest night for a bar owner, but he's not going to allow bars to reopen on New Year's Eve. Um, they are enforcing this with fines and everything else, and it's hurting a lot of folks. If you are struggling, I just ask you to hold on. It is going to get better. I guarantee you it's going to get better. I don't know how soon, but boy, I tell you what, if you need an encouraging word, if nothing else, please do write to me at unclesquinty@gmail.com. I'm always happy to open an email dialogue with you, have conversations on Skype, time and access allowing. We might even be able to do a phone call or something of that ilk if you really need to talk to somebody. I'm your boy. Now, I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm not licensed to do any work like that. And God knows I'm not a preacher, so I'm not going to try to convert you to Christianity or to becoming a Jehovah's Witness or joining the Mormons or anything like that. I'm not going to witness Christ to you. I'll just encourage you. This is the season of love. This is the season when we should be embracing, and we're not being allowed to embrace. And it's going to be tough. But do a little nasal snuff. If you enjoy a cocktail, drink responsibly. If you smoke a little weed, smoke responsibly. Take care of your health, take care of those you love, and keep on smiling. Blessings on you. From the Dank Basement, I'm Paul Schellbetter. Again, thanks for putting up with me. You guys are the best. Fa la 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 la.